Hello everyone, Nathan here from the eBookreader.com. For this video review I've got the new Kobo Touch in. This is obviously, it's the black one and it's got the soft coating all over the whole body of it. It's got this quilted feel. On the top here we've got the power slide to turn it on and off. On the side down here we've got the micro SD card slot, and then on down here there's a mini USB port, and that's all the ports and such. Down here we've got the home button. There aren't any actual page turn buttons on this device. You use the touchscreen for everything. So if you launch a book here, you tap on the page or you can swipe. So as you can see, it does not have full page refresh set, except for every 6th page. So you can see it just refreshes the text here, and then once you hit the 6th page it'll refresh the whole screen. There's actually a setting in here that you can come in and adjust that to whatever you want in advanced settings. You can set it between 1 and 6 pages to do the full page refresh, so that's something that's pretty cool with the Kobo Touch here that lets you do some different stuff. There's also a couple of different text options. There's not really that good. You got Georgia and you've got Avner or whatever that is, but you know, actually Avner looks a little bit better on this one. Some books it's really thin. It looks actually pretty decent right there. I guess they may have updated that. They just did the update with this yesterday. So you got some different font sizes here. Quite a few different sizes. And then there's you can jump through the book right here. You can go to different chapters. You can go to turn the page right there and jump to different chapters with the second button right there. And that's the back button. And then obviously you got the slider too. And then you close that. There's also some other options in here. We've got table of contents. The book is set up with the table of contents. Short list, that means it adds it to your favorites list. So it's just got one level for table of contents. It does not have multiple levels. So this is a ebook that I downloaded with the web browser. So there is a web browser on this. One thing about ebooks you download with the web browser, or ebooks you add to the Kobo sideloaded, you can't get the dictionary or highlights to work. So let me go back. I'll show you a Kobo book. So let's go in here to library, books. So you got different settings there. Let's go ahead and open up Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Okay, see, Avner looks a little bit thinner on this book for whatever reason. I kind of like the Georgia a little bit better because it looks darker. But anyway, what I was getting at is that if you hold down on the Kobo book, you'll get up this option to highlight. You can drag the little cursors around, and then you can also look up words in the dictionary just by tapping that, and it launches the Merriam-Webster's dictionary. So it does not have any notes. I've noticed that, and it does not. Unfortunately, one thing that I really don't like is you can see the spacing between the lines is really huge. They don't have any line spacing or margin options. You just have the 2 different text sizes here, or the 2 different text types and a few different text sizes. So I hope Kobo adds the line spacing adjustment option in the future, because I could certainly go with some thinner spacing if personally, for my personal likings. But it all comes to your personal preference. As you see, mostly the Kobo books, they're going to be justified to the left. That's just sort of how they do this layout mostly, unless the book is set up. So you got bookmarks too if you tap the upper corner over there. So let's go ahead and move into, I'll show you some of these options we've got over here. So yeah, there's some different options for reading life. I guess I didn't show you that yet. There's some, this keeps stats of all your books you've read, how many hours you've read. You can win, actually, there's like these awards and stuff that Kobo has set up on here. So it's kind of a different aspect. So make reading a little bit more funner with some different awards and stuff on here. Okay, so the Kobo Touch actually has a web browser. You come in here to wireless connections, launch browser. So it's set up to be default on Google Canada. You can actually change the home page, whatever you want, and then add to different options here. So there's a favorites menu. Got some different options. So I loaded up feed books on here, and I was able to download a ebook. That's with that first book I was showing you, that Fitzgerald book. So I found that the browser actually works pretty decent. You got scrolling, and check this out. It actually has live scrolling too, where you can just go around. It's pretty quick. So I was actually pretty impressed with this browser. It doesn't have a whole lot of features. The one thing that is a little bit hard, I found, is activating hyperlinks sometimes doesn't seem to work all that great. There we go, worked first try that time. Sometimes you have to keep hitting it. That's the one thing I've noticed with the hyperlinks. So you've got some different options down here. This is the little zoom slider if you want to zoom in. So this is kind of a cool browser actually. Doesn't have a whole lot of features, so that's pretty much it for features. You've got you can add favorites, you can change your home page, and you got forward and back up there and refresh. So it doesn't have a whole lot of features for it, but it does seem to be working quite well. Like I said, I downloaded the ebook from eBooks without a problem, and it automatically loaded onto right onto here. See, this is the one that I downloaded. So that's a pretty cool feature actually, just being able to download stuff right from the web browser. So let me show you what we've got for the library view. So like I said, you got some different options here. You got your short list, that's essentially your favorites, newspaper. It comes with some previews. It doesn't come with 100 free classics like the last one did, but it comes with some different previews. So let's go to the book section. So your books lay out like this, or you can view them, different options here. You can view the covers. I kind of like viewing the covers. It's got a nice clean layout to it. And you can turn pages by hitting this button down here. And then there's the option to view one page at a time, or one book at a time as well. And right there it tells you what the format is. You got some different options right here. You can also run searches down here. So let's go ahead and go back to the regular view so we can see more than one. And then you've got the different sorting options up here. There's not too many. You've got title, author, and recent reads. So that's how that works. And then there we go. Back. Let's go back. So there's the home button here. It takes you back to the home. You can't go back to the library directly. So let me show you how the store works. You've got different categories. You can jump to free ebooks from right there as well. So what it will do is it will take it a few seconds to load. Okay, so the store is laid out like this. You've got some different sections, and you can also jump to different sections by like hitting your category list. Then it breaks everything down into the subcategories. So one thing that I'm not liking about it is that it doesn't show you the reviews or anything. So you tap on a book here, it will show you the review, but you can't actually read reviews. It doesn't have any like related related titles either. I kind of like in the Barnes & Noble's layout a little bit better because it's got all that stuff available. You can just start reading reviews, you can write reviews. I hope that they add some more features to this right now, because really this is all you've got. You got that, and then you can preview the book, which downloads it to your library, and you get the first chapter or so to read, and then you can buy it from there. So let's go back to the list. Sometimes this button doesn't want to work. There we go. So yeah, that's about how the store lays out. I just wish they'd add some more options. So you do got some different search options over here, low to high, A to Z. So that's how that works. Let's go back to the setup here, and let me show you a couple of other things. When you want to sync your collection, you hit that button. And so this is it's got the help built right in. If you're having any troubles, you can just access the help right here. Okay, so let me show you a PDF really quickly, show you how that works. I gotta find one first, so that might take me about 5 seconds. Let's open up this one. I use it on all the reviews, so you can kind of see what everything looks like from different e-readers with the same PDF. So this is how it lays out in default mode. And you tap the screen to bring up your options. You have different zooming options right here. You got the little slider bar, and then you can pan around the page like this. It's a little awkward. It's not, when I was showing you the web browser and it scrolls relatively smoothly, this one it's a little more jagged. When you get to the edge of the page, you can turn pages, and then there's also, let's go here, these options down here. You can switch to landscape mode by doing that right there. So you get to landscape view, and then you can use your zoom and whatnot. It's the same deal. There's one bug with the landscape view. Let's see if they fixed it. They did have a firmware update yesterday. So it's kind of hard to turn pages sometimes. You get down here to the bottom, and then you push the button. There we go. It actually went to the top of the screen that time. so that's good. Yesterday it was you turn the page from the bottom of the page and it would reset to the bottom of the page, so it's going back to the top of the page now. The firmware must have straightened that up, so that's kind of nice. So that's pretty much it. You just got the zoom options and you got portrait and landscape mode like I was showing you. Let's go ahead and put it back in portrait mode. And then you've got the table of contents. The advanced setting, I believe, is just for the page refresh. So the dictionary and stuff like that isn't going to work with PDFs. So you don't have the on-screen functions, but you can just double tap to zoom if you don't want to use the slider bar. Okay, so the Kobo Touch supports a few additional formats other than PDF and EPUB. It supports MOBI, text, RTF. There's also the comic format, CBZ and CBR. It supports those, but the problem is with these is it doesn't have any kind of zoom. I mean, it lays them out nice enough, but there isn't any kind of way to zoom in. It has a different text size. Obviously, that's not going to work with these type of files. But yeah, it doesn't have landscape mode either for this, so it's not really going to do a whole lot unless it gets a firmware update. Just like I said, you just have the text size, and then this is the page slider, page movement, and then obviously you just have the other settings for table of contents and whatnot. So those kind of work, but they're not. Obviously, not being able to zoom them in is going to be pretty difficult. Okay, one last quick detail I wanted to show you. It's got this hidden game in here. If you go to About Kobo Touch, it's not easy to get to, trust me. You got to go all the way to page 4, and you see this name right here, Richard Penner. It's small. Tap that, and you will launch Sudoku. So you can play this game in here. There's some different options, some different settings here: simple, easy, medium, and hard. And there you go. That's a hidden game in the Kobo Touch. So I'm going to wrap up this Kobo Touch review right now. Check out the ebookreader.com. I've gotten a written review with a lot more information. I'll also be doing some comparison reviews between it and the Nook Touch and the Kindle 3. So check that out. Thank you for watching.